Good morning, boys and girls. I hope that you're having a great day so far. We've got lots of learning to do today, but before we get started, I thought of you all this morning when I was walking Coco because this song from our calendar popped in my head. And so let's sing it together to try and pretend that we're at school. Today is Thursday, today is Thursday, all day long, all day long. Yesterday was Wednesday, tomorrow will be Friday. Oh, what fun! Oh, what fun! So when that was stuck in my head, it made me think of you all and how much I miss you guys. But let's get started on our learning for today because, like I said, we've got lots to do. So today's video covers packet number 2, day 4. So that's what we're looking at in our packet today. First thing it says is to read the book Best Friends Q and U. So this story that you're going to read, it is all about the letters Q and U and the sounds that they make when they're together in a word. So listen to a lot of the words in the book because a lot of them have Q and U together. So the book looks like this in your packet. There are 3 pages that go along with it. And I'll read it to you first, and then we'll talk about the directions. So, best friends Q and U. Q and U are quite a team. They quack together at some quail. They quilt together in the square. They squeeze together on the bus. These are the pictures from that first page. We see lots of words with Q and U together. They search together for a quarter. They squeal together at the queen. They sigh together during a quiz. They squish together in the mud. They squint together at some squid. They stick together in an earthquake. Q and U are quite a team. So listen to all those sounds and the sounds that Q and U make when they're together. Now what you need to do, your job is to read it to yourself 2 times and then read it to a family member. So this isn't a long book, so it shouldn't take you too long to read it to yourself twice and then read it to a family member. The next thing we're going to do, it says to write the words on the last page in alphabetical order based on the first letter. So what that means is the next page in the packet looks like this. And your job is going to be to look at all of the first letters in each of these words and then put the words in alphabetical or ABC order. So I'm going to show you an example of how we will do that. So these are not words that are on the page that you'll do, but just to give you an idea of what we want you to do, follow along with me. So if I were being asked to put these words in alphabetical order, the first thing that I'm going to do, the words that we're looking at are quack, square, apple, and fish. When we're asked to put something in alphabetical order, what you need to do, the first step, is to look at the first letter in each of those words. And what we're doing is we're putting these words in the order of when their first letter is said in the alphabet. So what we're going to do after you circle the first letter in each word, we're just going to start saying the ABCs. As we come to one of these letters, we write the word. So we know our alphabet starts with A. Do we have any letters, or excuse me, any words that start with the letter A that we're looking at? Yes. So we have apple that starts with an A. So it came up first when we said our ABCs. So that means that word is first when we're writing them in alphabetical order. So first would be apple. And then I can cross that out because I already wrote it. So I'm going to keep singing my ABCs. As I come to one of the letters, that means that that word will come next in alphabetical order. So A, B, C, D, E, F. Do I have any words that start with F? Yes. Fish starts with F. That's the F is the next letter that came up in our alphabet out of those words. So that means that it's next. It's after apple when we're writing the words in alphabetical order. So now let's keep going. G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q. Do I have any letters? And while you're saying the alphabet, while you say each letter, you need to be checking if any of your words start with that letter. So I came up to Q. Do any of our words that are left start with Q? Yes, quack does. So that means this word, the first letter Q, came up next while we sang the alphabet out of our choices. So that means it's the next one in alphabetical order. Quack. And we know which one will be last, but let's just keep going. Q, R, S. So S is the next one we hit. So it is last. Square is last in ABC order. So when we put these words in alphabetical order, we looked at the first letter, we sang our ABCs. The correct order in alphabetical order is apple, fish, quack, and square. Very good. So what you're going to do now, you're going to do the same thing that we did. You're going to focus on the first letter of all of the words. On this page. So what I would do is I would circle all of the first letters in each of these words. Then on the back of this page or on another piece of paper, you're going to sing your ABCs. As you get to the letters that these words start with, you know what order they will go in. So our alphabet starts with A. We know that when we sing our ABCs. Do any of these words start with A? If they do, that would be your first word. And you're writing the whole word. You're not just writing the first letter. Write that whole word as first in alphabetical order. Then you can cross it out and we go on singing our ABCs. Do any of these words start with B? That word would come next. So that's what you're doing for this activity. And that, like I said, you can do that on the back of this page or on another blank piece of paper that you have. Perfect. So the next thing is for writing. It says choose a superhero picture, use the words to create a story. So you have several superhero pictures in your packet. I'm going to hold each one up, and your job, here's one of them, is to look at the picture and look at the words, and you would use these words to create a story that goes with this picture. So the words that go with this picture are superhero, cape, mask, imagine, fly, soar, sky, and superpower. So if you choose this picture, you need to write a story using the words at the bottom to explain about this picture. What's going on? Use your imagination. Who is this person? What are they on their way to do? What is going to happen when they get there? You need to use your imagination and use these words in your story. It's not saying to use all of these words in the first sentence. That would be a pretty long sentence and it probably wouldn't make a ton of sense. It's use these words throughout the story so you can spread them out. But this is one picture that you can choose from. Then we have this one. And the words that go with this one are superhero, cape, mask, imagine, building, city, powers, and fly. Those would be the words that you use somewhere in your story that goes with this picture. Here's another choice. Superhero, cape, mask, imagine, story, read, disguise, and favorite. So those would be the words that you would put in your story that go with this picture. And our last choice is this one. Superhero, cape, leap, air, powerful, wonder, soar, pie. So whichever picture is your favorite or the one that you think you could kind of be creative with and write the best story about, you're going to pick that picture and use the words at the bottom in a story to explain the picture. So kind of be creative, use your imagination. Remember, those words can be spread out throughout the story. They don't all have to be in the first couple sentences. But yeah, use your imagination, draw more pictures to go with the story that you're writing. So that's for writing today. In math, as always, at the top it says write the name of the game you chose. So that's choose a math game from the end of packet 1 or packet 2 to play with someone, and then write the name of the game. That's going to be there every day. Then it says solve the following problem on paper and explain your thinking with pictures, numbers, and words. So we've got to use all three: pictures, numbers, and words. So I'm going to do a practice problem with you on the board, just like we have been, and then I'll explain the problem that you need to do from the packet by yourself. So I'm going to kind of create a similar problem here, and this problem is different than the ones that we've been doing. So this one is okay. Oh, I wrote it a little slanted. Well, you can still see it. So our practice problem says Mrs. Savage has 10 feet and one tail living at her house. Who could live at her house? So this one's going to need a lot of pictures. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw 10 feet and a tail. And then we're going to kind of work out together who could be in the house. How many of each type of person. So I'm just going to draw 1, 2, and these are shoes. They're like little boots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 feet. And then I'm just going to kind of draw that's my little tail. So Mrs. Savage has 10 feet and one tail living at her house. Who could live at her house? Now, we need to think about who has feet. We have feet. How many feet does each person have? We have 2. But are all of these feet belonging to people? It doesn't say that. And we know there's one tail. Do we have tails? No. But I know things that might live in your house that do have a tail. Like in my house, it's Coco. How many feet do dogs have or cats? Because this tail belongs to something that lives in the house, but they don't have, Coco doesn't have 2 feet. Coco has 4. So what I'm going to do, that tail, because it kind of gives you a chance to think for yourself. It doesn't say a cat or a dog, so you can kind of pick what you would like the tail to belong to. So I'm going to pick a dog, and I know that dogs have 4 feet. So I'm going to circle 1, 2, 3, 4 of the feet and the tail to all go together, because dogs have 4 feet and a tail. So those all go together. Let me read this again. Mrs. Savage has 10 feet and 1 tail living at her house. Who could live at her house? So right now I have 4 feet and 1 tail. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 feet left. So I don't have any more tails. So it's probably not going to be any more animals. So we said, how many feet do you and I have? You have 2 feet and I have 2 feet. So let's kind of count them out by twos to see how many people could be at the house. So I'm going to put these 2 together, these 2 together, these 2 together. I'm going to write 2, 2, 2. So let's double check that when we add all of this up, it equals what the problem said we had. So if we're counting by twos, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Said we have 10 feet, so we're good there, and 1 tail. Perfect. So who could live at her house? How many people could live at the house? People have 2 feet. So how many sets of 2 feet did we have? Because those could belong to people. How many people? 2, 4, 6 is what we said. So because I'm getting kind of close to the bottom, you can't really see, I'm going to write my answer up here. So I'm going to write 6 people, and we said all of this belongs to, I wanted it to be a dog. It could be a cat for you, but there's 1 tail, and I know dogs have 4 feet, so 4 feet that go together. So this is 1, 2, 3. Oh, Mrs. Savage made a mistake. Is it 6 people? No, it's 3 people because we have 2 feet. So it would be 3 people and 1 dog. The mistake that I made there is I was counting each of the feet, and I said 6 people. But we don't have 1 foot, we have 2. So the circle that I made is for 1 person. So I have 1 circle, 2, 3 circles. So that's for 3 people and 1 dog, because I said a dog has 4 feet and 1 tail, and that all went together. So the people that could live in this house are 3 people and 1 dog. That's my answer. So your problem in the packet is similar to this. That means it's kind of like this one. So I'm going to write that on the board, and we're just going to kind of read it together and talk about what it's asking you to do, and then you'll do that by yourself. So yeah, this word problem is a little bit different than the ones that we've been doing the past couple of days, but that's okay, because we're going to use our brains to figure it out. So the one that is in your packet says, So your problem says Mrs. Hernandez has 14 feet and one tail living in her house. Who could live at her house? So you need to draw pictures just like I did and try and figure out how many people, how many animals. It says this one has 14 feet and one tail. So make sure you circle people have 2 feet, and you need to think about how many feet an animal might have. Now you can do this by yourself because we did one together. So try and think about the way that we solved the one before and use those same strategies to solve this one. So there are 14 feet and one tail. So that's your job for math today. Solve that problem on a piece of paper. I want you to use pictures, numbers, and words, just like we did together. Now, it also says on Dreambox, give the name of the games you played. So if you got on Dreambox today, go ahead and write down the names of the games that you played on there, just like we do every day. And then for science today, it says read the pages fruits and seeds again from day 2. And then pick a piece of fruit that you want to eat. So I'm going to reread fruits and seeds that we read earlier this week. Fruits and seeds. Fruits and seeds help plants reproduce. That means to make more of the plant. Fruits and seeds grow from the flowers of plants. A fruit grows from a part near the base of the flower. Inside the fruit are seeds. So we said in this picture, we see the flower at the top and the fruit that grew, and the seeds are in the fruit. So I'm going to read a couple more little pieces of text that are about fruits and seeds. So fruits, this is all in your packet. Fruits protect seeds until they start to grow. Peaches are soft, fleshy fruits. Inside a peach's hard pit is a seed. Other fruits are hard and dry. Acorns are hard fruits with seeds inside. The seeds grow into oak trees. The next one's called spreading seeds. The wind carries some seeds to new places. Other seeds float away on water. Animals spread seeds too. They eat seeds and drop them in their waste. Some seeds get stuck in animal fur and fall off later. So those are the different ways that seeds can kind of naturally get spread around. The wind can blow them off the plant. They can get carried through water. Animals can eat the seeds, and then when they go to the bathroom, they end up dropping them, and they can grow from there. So lots of different ways that seeds end up getting spread. And then I'm going to read this last one that has information about fruits and seeds. All of this is in your packet. Seeds grow in fruits and seeds we eat. Seeds grow. New plants grow from seeds. Seeds need soil, water, and warmth to grow. Seeds sprout in soil. Roots grow downward and stems grow upward. So think about our picture. We know the roots keep the plant tight in the ground, so they grow down, and the stem, which we said is like the straw of the plant, grows up, and it keeps the plant standing tall, and it carries the nutrients and water that the roots soak up all the way to the rest of the plant. Think about the pictures that you drew yesterday and that we've seen together. The last one is called Fruits and Seeds We Eat. We eat many seeds and fruits. Apples, pears, and oranges are fruits. Peas are soft seeds that grow in pods. Sunflower seeds make crunchy snacks. The flour in bread comes from the seeds of wheat. So that's more information about some fruits and seeds that we can eat. And that's a perfect lead in to the last thing that you're going to do today. So it said read the pages, fruits and seeds. So read those to yourself, the ones that I just read to you. And then it says pick a piece of fruit that you want to eat. So somewhere around your house, try and find a piece of fruit that you'd like to eat. And you're going to complete this activity. So this is in your packet. It's called scientific eating. And it says, scientists communicate their observations. Practice making observations about a piece of fruit before you enjoy it. So before you eat the fruit, it says, Write or draw your thoughts below. So, what do you think about what does that fruit taste like? Write down some words that make you think about what the fruit tastes like in this box. What does it look like? Smell, feel, and sound. Look and observe the fruit before you eat it. What does it look like? You could use words like bright, shiny. What color is it? Write the color. It smells sweet. What does it feel like? Is it soft? Is it hard? Does it make a sound when you bite into it? What does it taste like? Then you're going to answer this question. It says, what did you notice that you hadn't noticed before? So when you take the time to look at all of these things about the fruit, what's something that you notice that maybe you didn't take the time to notice before? And you're going to write that sentence here. Because a lot of times we don't stop to think about what we're eating. We just eat it. We don't take the time to make all of these observations. So that's a good time to write down something that maybe you learned or noticed that you hadn't until now. The last one says, draw a picture of the fruit. Now add all the people or things that it needed to help it grow. Label your picture. So you're going to draw what the fruit looks like. Then you're going to add into the picture all of the people or things that it needed to help it grow. We said that plants need special things. They need sunlight, they need water, they need nutrients from the earth. So those are all some things that you could include in that picture. And then label your picture. That means tell me what the different parts are. So that's what you're going to do to finish up our science time today. Finish this, and then you can enjoy your snack, your yummy fruit. So that was what the packet asked you to do today. That was a lot of work in today's part of the packet. So tomorrow will be day 5, and I will be back to kind of review and take you through what the packet's asking you to do tomorrow. But if you have any questions, always reach out, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.